Hello, my name is Kristen. I'm a Principal Client Engagement Manager at Rynami. This presentation is about an application called Maintenance Planning Workbench. It's one of Rynami's RAPS modules, that is the Rynami Asset Performance Suite. The goal of RAPS is to help JD Edwards customers get more from their Enterprise One system. So what is the Maintenance Planning Workbench? It is a tool that helps maintenance planners manage major service events, like shutdowns. Shutdowns can involve dozens or even hundreds of work orders, because you want to get as much maintenance done as possible in a limited time window. There's a lot to organize. A lot of the work orders will require parts, labor, maybe a specialized team, maybe purchase services like crane hire. It can get pretty complex, and if you need to adjust the schedule at the last minute, managing your plan can become a real challenge. So how does Maintenance Planning Workbench help? Well, first off, it allows you to define a maintenance event in JD Edwards. The maintenance event provides a way to group together all of the work orders required for your shutdown. Let's take a look at some maintenance events in JD Edwards. This is our planning workbench, and the maintenance events are shown in the first grid. You can see in this form, I can click on the maintenance event, and all of the work orders that have been allocated to it are displayed in the second grid. I can choose another event, and I see a different group of work orders. At the bottom, I've got work orders that haven't been allocated to any event. So if I select one and click Allocate Work Order, it will be added to the current group. There's no limit to the number of work orders that can be allocated to a maintenance event. Of course, I can also deallocate any work orders that I decide don't belong. Up here at the top, you can see a bunch of filters. They help me focus on exactly the work I need. I can filter by branch, category, product family, and other attributes. So the information is much easier to work with. So grouping work orders like that is a good start, but you can also see in the interface that each maintenance event has its own planned dates. I can change the start date of my maintenance event, and it will automatically adjust the start date of every work order that has been allocated to that event by the same amount of time. I can move it earlier or later, and all of its work orders will follow. And it's not just the work orders. The tool also adjusts the planned date for any required parts or labor too. You can think of maintenance event as being at the top of a hierarchy of records. The maintenance event is the parent, and all of its work orders are child records. Then there may be grandchildren too, the parts, labor, and maybe some subtasks. A work order could consist of several smaller work orders that make up that job. Maintenance Planning Workbench adjusts the planned dates for all of the records in that hierarchy. Using automation like this to change the dates of many work orders obviously saves you a lot of time, but it also protects the integrity of your plan, because those automatic adjustments mean there's no risk of error being introduced during time entry. So you won't find out that a critical part of your plan got set to the wrong week. All of your work orders stick together. A couple of important points about the tool. First, a work order can only be allocated to one maintenance event at a time. That's an important rule. Remember, you can always reallocate a work order to a different event. In fact, it's common that you might not get through everything that was planned during a shutdown. When that happens, any unfinished work orders can be shifted to a new event and scheduled for whenever the assets are next available for servicing. The second important point is that you can still adjust the plan date or time of an individual work order manually, even while it's allocated to a maintenance event. So there's flexibility to rearrange individual tasks within the event if you need to. So summarizing the advantages of Maintenance Planning Workbench, it provides a dedicated interface for planning shutdowns with filtering supported so you can focus on the work you're interested in. It groups maintenance work orders together for easier handling, and it allows scheduled adjustments to be applied to a whole event, taking care of all of the updates to the underlying work orders, including their parts and labor, saving you time and reducing errors. So that's Maintenance Planning Workbench. It's probably the simplest of all of our RAPS modules, but it's a very useful tool. If you're planning major events, it will save you a lot of time. It will help protect your plans from errors and enable your plans to adapt when change happens. If you'd like to speak to one of our Renami consultants about this or any of our other RAPS modules available for JD Edwards, please get in touch at renami.com. Thanks for watching.